Now, I've already talked about the crazy power of Mater, so the link will be in the description below. So, if you already know about the full power of Mater, then stay watching this video. But if you don't know, then watch that video. The link is in the description once again. But yeah, just like lightning, Mater's power is truly being put to the test throughout many other different opponents throughout the multiverse. So, without further ado, we'll be discussing some popular anime or other characters in all kinds of media. And then we're going to be discussing why, how, and will Mater will beat them in a fight. So without further ado, let's go. First up, we have Shinji Ikari from the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion. He's also the widely known pilot of Unit 1. But he's also a small child, not small child, but he is a 14-year-old after all, or 16 by the end, I think. But still, Mater is shown to have super strength, as he was strong enough to lift over the entire pretty much wrecking stadium, with his tow cable. So yeah, pretty much so, Mater's super strength easily destroys Shinji. Now, you might be asking, well, what if Shinji was piloting Unit 1? Well, the result would be just about the same, because Mater was also strong enough to lift over the giant monster truck zombie right in front of him, which was also on top of the stadium, so that easily destroys that argument there. And also, Mater can just use his weapons that he used from Cars 2 and the Cars 3 games, so that completely destroys that. Next up, we have Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball. And yes, sir, he is 6'2" and 200 pounds of muscle. He also has a gun, so that means he's also packing some serious fucking heat. But in the end, Mater completely solos anything Mr. Satan has to offer towards him. Now, the only real trouble Mater can face if his Mr. Satan man's get a shot off, and possibly at his engine. But even then, Mater has shown to be pretty durable, as he survived a fall from falling onto a rock after Metator, the alien, got him his powers. So yeah, basically Mr. Satan just loses overall. Mater not only has the ability to fly thanks to Metator, but also shows that he pretty much has the weapons capable of taking Mr. Satan down. So yeah, Mater wins this one as well. Vegeta. He was easily one of the strongest characters in all of anime, but too bad, however, it's officially confirmed that he's 5'5" in height. Mater, on the other hand, is pretty heavy, understand, as he could be around 3,000 pounds or say, since he is an older tow truck, and he is based off a Chevrolet Task Force 3000 truck. So basically, Mater completely destroys the return of strength and durability, as Mater has been shown to survive falls and attacks from other characters like the Lemons, for example. But as for Vegeta, now sure, he has fought some pretty powerful foes, but in the end, we're only really talking about Vegeta in his base form, no SSJ-1 or other forms like that. So yeah, I would say that Mater should be able to win. Once again, the only real issue Mater can face is that if Vegeta transforms to his other forms like Super Saiyan Blue, for example, but even then, it's highly possible that Mater could just speed blitz Vegeta into oblivion, thanks to him scaling and being on par to Guido, who, as I discussed in the absurd power of Guido video, he is massively faster than light. Now, not putting Mater on the same levels of Guido, because obviously Guido has been shown to be way stronger than Mater, but still, Mater is pretty powerful on his own right. So yeah, I would still say that Mater should be able to beat Vegeta more often than not. Next up is Vert Wheeler, but not the Vert Wheeler you're expecting. I already talked about the Acceleracers version of Vert, but this time, I'm talking about the Battle Force 5 version of Vert. This version of Vert actually used to be a skateboarder before then actually going into racing. This would ultimately change how he would mature and develop as a character. So basically, Vert is a more mature version than the original. So yeah, but this time, Vert has some new abilities and powers thanks to his car. The Power Rage originally, but now it's just the ultra legendary car filled with high-tech weapons and gadgets. But still, Mater also has those weapons as well. So basically, they both counter each other that way. But what Vert can't counter is Mater's incredible hacks in terms of speed, as he is massively faster than light in terms of reaction speed and task speed, as you could say, since Guido can change tires at the speed of light. Golden Freddy, he can't fucking move, so there's no way he could stop Mater. Even if he could bring him to hell, just like he did with William Afton after he killed like Cassidy and Evan, their souls basically got fused together. So yeah, even if that happened, Mater can still destroy the physical body itself. Well, actually, no, not really the body itself. I mean, Golden Freddy is only really an imaginary figure, but still, Mater can still solo Golden Freddy, even if that did happen. Now we have Steve from Minecraft. Similar situation with Golden Freddy. Well, unlike Golden Freddy, Steve can actually move, but Steve can only travel at regular human speeds. Mater is faster than light, and still, Mater's weapons and tech are still highly more advanced than Steve's own creation, so yeah, safe to say that Mater wins this one as well. Next up in line, we have General Rom from the Gears of War series. Another Gears of War character, but unlike that, we're not using Marcus, we're using General Rom, one of the main villains of the franchise. But still, General Rom is absolutely no joke. He is a force to be reckoned with. He is an absolute menace, as he also has a pretty much finger gun, I would say. Just he has the ability to shoot with pretty much bullets out of his finger, which is installed into his hands. So that's pretty badass. He also has durability on his side, as he is a highly skilled and experienced Locust, which means that he has endured plenty of battles over the years. And he also has his pretty much army of fucking bat things that help him out during battle when his durability runs low. But still, Mater could easily run a whole clear through of that thing, since Mater does have plenty of light-based attacks which the bat things are weak to. And even then, General Rom is not the most durable, as I can very easily go to the Queen, which is pretty much his birth, I suppose. And now this is a new character. We have Tyler Morgan from the Need for Speed series, and more specifically, Need for Speed Payback from 2017. Now, Tyler Morgan is a very interesting character, since he is really one of the very few actual main protagonists that we see in a Need for Speed game, because most of the time the protagonist is unknown or just known as the player. Well, if we're counting Ryan Cooper, that is, from Pro Street. But still, anyways, yeah, Tyler Morgan is really one tough guy. I mean, he has raced many times over the years. Now, yeah, he was arrested, but still, he eventually got bailed out by his friends, I would suppose, or he just paid out himself, or just voted to get out of jail. But still, Mater does still destroy Tyler, and here's why. For one, Mater is massively faster than any of Tyler's vehicles all combined, as Mater can easily scale off of Guido, who is fast enough to change tires in under 3 seconds, which makes him massively faster than light. He also has many other weapons which Tyler just doesn't have and just can't compete with at all. So, also, Mater is far more experienced than Tyler. I mean, by looks of it, Tyler is the very least at his early 20s, I would suppose. Mater, on the other hand, is confirmed to be at the very least 57 at the end of Cars 2, if you see the credits scene. And he's likely far older now thanks to Cars 3, so he's way more experienced than Tyler ever was. And for this final matchup, we have Eyedol from Killer Instinct. Eyedol is one powerful guy, as he's powerful enough to take on Gargos in a one-on-one, and is so durable that even after he got his fucking head sawed off by Gargos and having 2 entirely different heads with 2 different magical abilities, Eyedol is still living and is shown to be pretty well, honestly. I mean, yeah, that would suck having your head sawed off, but having powers and abilities on top of that, superhuman ones, supernatural ones, that's fucking epic, man. And still, Eyedol's powers and abilities include his energy manipulation and his magical abilities that will definitely help him out with fighting opponents. I mean, it did help him out with beating Gargos, though it did have his head destroyed. But still, Mater would have a counter against this. His alien abilities, thanks to Mator the alien, as shown as identified Flying Mater, the Cars 2 Tall Tales short. And once again, his weapons will definitely help him out during the battle. And sure, Eyedol is way more experienced and he is thousands of years older than Mater, but still, in the end, experience doesn't always mean you'll end up as the victor. You can have more experience than someone, but still, that unexperienced guy could still have way more power than you do, and could be far more statly superior. So in the end, Mater wins. But those are enough versus battles for Mater. As you can tell by the previous other power scaling videos, Mater is pretty powerful. So yeah, it's a good reason why he is Lightning's best friend, because he can always rely on his friend when dealing with some tough opponents. Now, you might be asking, well, can Mater be this character, or can he be this character? Well, you can comment down this video below, and I will try my best to explain the best that I can, because I do have my own life, obviously. And of course, I believe that the next power scaling video will be on another Cars character, but I will try to focus on other characters from other franchises for now, because I don't want to focus on Cars, so yeah. Anyways, that was a good video, so see you later, goodbye.